Y'all, within today's video, we're going to be talking about Mikayla Nogueira yet again because Trisha Paytas has now spoken out about her. I do need to ramble for a hot minute because obviously I need to give you guys some context in case you guys don't know the situation that happened between them, okay? And I am so sorry, but like, y'all, even thinking about that video with Mikayla Nogueira, I was like, homegirl is just... Maybe I'm reading too much into it, okay? I think that she is a really good mass manipulator. When she gets out onto the internet, I think that she seizes an opportunity to make people feel bad for her, so that way they just automatically always come to her defense. You guys will realize, if you guys look in her comments, you guys will see that she has built up an army of people like going against people who call her out for very valid reasons, because obviously she has lied countless times when it comes down to things, and she does a lot of shady things. You know what I'm saying? And look, I really do wish that she could change, and I really wish that she like stops doing all that shit, because it's like, girl, like that's just not okay. You know what I mean? Like manipulating your audience. And obviously, you know what triggers me about her is every single time that she does a damn sponsorship, it's like you don't even know that it's a sponsorship, and so many people just believe that she genuinely loves a product, and it's like, oh no. So when people call her out on that, people are out there who love Michaela are like, oh, you're just a hater, and it's like, no, people are calling her out because she's literally lying to everyone's face right now. Anyways, going back to like her victimizing herself when it comes down to certain situations, this whole thing that happened with her and Trisha Paytas, if you guys did not see, obviously Trisha Paytas does talk about things within pop culture and social media on her podcast. So she had talked about the whole situation to where Cody had, relapsed and he was going to rehab. And obviously people were speculating that for months. And then she did finally address the situation, opened up about it, and she talked about it on her podcast. I'm not going to play the clips again, but it is up on my channel if you guys are interested in going back on my channel and finding the video and seeing it. Mikayla Nogueira got up onto her Instagram stories and was like literally crying over it, because she was saying that Trisha Paytas is like somebody who she really looks up to and she like idolizes, and she's like been a fan of hers ever since she's been on YouTube. I am so sorry, y'all. If you guys saw within that video, I posted the clip to where Trisha Paytas was talking about this situation. Nothing that she said was wrong. Nothing that she said was hurtful. There was nothing bad about it whatsoever. Yes, her co-host, Oscar, did talk about the whole situation to where she was up out there and she was holding the product just like this, of her new brand. And he was saying, well, I could see how that does look bad, because it looks like you are, being opportunistic and you're using this opportunity right now because this video is going to get millions of views. So it looks like it is a brand placement. And I said the same thing. If you guys checked out my Patreon, y'all, link down below, by the way, y'all know that I had the same exact opinion that Oscar did even before Oscar even came out with that video. And literally hundreds of thousands of other people had the same opinion of like, okay, it's a little tacky of you to like get out here and like make this very vulnerable video about your husband being in rehab. And it's a very emotional video, but then you're making sure that you place your product face forward so that everyone can see it. That's just a little bit tacky. So I could understand how she had any type of opinions, but if anything, they're going to be towards Oscar and not towards Trisha Paytas, okay? So if you guys did not see, she had said that she had tickets to go to Trisha Paytas' Boston show, and now she doesn't know if she should go because she's like, oh, somebody that you idolize hating you like really sucks. And I'm like, where are you getting at that Trisha Paytas hates you? This is where she can easily manipulate her audience into thinking and feeling bad for her. If you guys did not check out that video, I said within there, I thought it was so messed up that a video went viral to where somebody screen recorded her Instagram stories, posted it, and everyone was bashing Trisha Paytas. And that clip did not have in it what Trisha Paytas had said. If you guys watch Trisha Paytas' podcast, like she literally was sympathizing for her and saying like it's a very shitty situation and she feels bad for her. And I'm like, she didn't say anything bad. I'm like, what type of delusional ass world are we living in to where people are over here like, oh my gosh, screw Trisha Paytas, she's a horrible person, and they don't even know what she said, just because obviously, Trisha Paytas has been very controversial in the past. They automatically just think that she's a bully and she's a horrible person. And I'm like, she didn't say anything bad. Like, and this is where I say Michaela rubs me the wrong way, because she can manipulate her audience into thinking like, oh, feel bad for me, feel sorry for me, like Trisha Paytas is horrible. And it's like, she didn't say anything bad. Check this out. She's all bitching and complaining about like she purchased tickets to go to this Boston show. Turns out she didn't even end up going. So I'm like, girl, you're sitting over here crying on the internet like, oh my gosh, Trisha Paytas hates you, when she said nothing bad whatsoever. She did not say one negative thing, by the way, too. I think that's why I got so triggered by it, because I was like, she didn't say nothing bad. What are you talking about? Like, you're so delusional. Like, shit like that pisses me off, because I really do feel like it's gaslighting your audience. Like, I'm like, you are literally making something there that is not there. Like, you are tripping. Anyways, if you guys didn't see in that last video too, Trisha Paytas got onto TikTok and like tagged her and addressed the situation, and she even apologized too. And she even said, she's like, we do talk about hot topics on, the podcast, and I'm so sorry that you had to see that. Obviously if you're going through something hard, you don't want to see anything like that. But I'm like, At the end of the day, girl, you didn't have to watch the podcast. As soon as she like opened up the segment to talking about Mikayla Nogueira, Michaela, if she was really watching it, could have been like, okay, don't want to hear this and turn it off. Because yes, I do understand that some people just don't like seeing other people talk about them, and especially when it comes down to, you know, criticism, and I get that, you know what I mean? But if you don't want to see it, don't watch it. And she tried to even say, well, I was just watching the podcast and it just came up. It's like, girl, you heard them start talking about you could have clicked off of it, you know what I mean? Needless to say, though, they didn't say anything bad. That's where I was just like, oh, girl. She made this big ass deal about it and say that she already had purchased tickets, which I'm starting to believe that maybe she didn't even have tickets, to be quite honest with you guys. Because I'm like, girl, I think you would have just went. Especially since Trisha Paytas made a long ass video on TikTok, like addressing the whole situation and saying she feels bad. You know what I mean? Especially because she was like, you know what, you shouldn't have had to see that. Like, she was being very, very sympathetic as to where, if it was me, y'all, if it was me, and if I said exactly what Trisha Paytas had said on her podcast, I would have been like, she's delusional. She's crazy. I didn't say anything bad. I literally would have been like, I would have got defensive over it. You know what I mean? Because I would have been like, I didn't say one thing bad about you at all. Like, the way Michaela got onto the internet crying, like, you would have thought that, like, Trisha Paytas was like, she's a horrible person and she's a liar. She's a scammer. She's a piece of shit. Like, you would have thought that she got out there and said some really hurtful things. But instead, she just said, oh, it's really hard that she had to go through that. And it sucks that she's going through that, and I feel bad for her. Like, I'm like, what world are we living in that's bad? I just think what it boils down to is that Mikayla Nogueira does not want anybody talking about her, period. But it's like, you're literally one of the most watched beauty influencers on TikTok. If you don't want people talking about you, stop doing social media. People are going to talk as soon as you become a public figure, and she's been a public figure now for what, 5 years? So it's just kind of like, girl, get some thick skin now. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just kind of like, people are going to talk about you, and I am so sorry, but like, look, I get it. If you're out there like hating on a person, bashing a person, like making fun of their looks and all these things, then I get it. Then I feel bad. Then I'm like, no, that is messed up. But when somebody gets out there and says, I feel bad for them in the situation they're going through, and that triggers you, that's how you know maybe you shouldn't be doing social media. That's where it's just kind of like, okay, girl, maybe this is not for you. If somebody's literally saying that they feel bad for you and they sympathize for you going through the situation, and that triggers you, social media is not for you. Okay. Anyways, I do want to go ahead and play this clip. Sorry for all my rambling right there, but obviously I had to give you guys context. And plus, this whole situation really bothered me because I'm like, Trisha Paytas didn't do anything wrong. Like, what the hell? So anyways, they did talk about it on their most recent podcast, and she did open up about it and said like, no, she did end up going because Oscar was like, oh, did you have any special guests at your Boston show? Turns out she didn't even go. I was like, girl, how are you going to go and make this big ass deal about it and then not even go? Especially when Trisha Paytas already had apologized, even though she had nothing to apologize for. But obviously she was trying to be caring and she was trying to be sympathetic towards Michaela and realize that she is going through a tough situation. And I'm like, that still wasn't enough for her to go. I think that Michaela should have went. Honestly, I feel like that would have been best and they could have took pictures and like squashed it. You know what I mean? My little 2 cents. But check out this clip right here.
How was your Boston show though? Did you have a special guest?
What? No, I don't know.
I thought maybe Michaela was there behind the scenes.
I was like, thanks for asking. It was really good. Well, no. So, yes. No. No, I mean, look. Yeah, people make TikToks looking for Michaela. I wonder what she did with her tickets. She sell them? She resold them?
Depends. You know,
She had the tickets.
that's a conspiracy.
I mean, I don't think, look. I'm the first person to ghost someone, so I do not care. She gave me her number. I texted, nothing.
Okay.
That's fine. I ghost people. Done it so many times. Probably will do it again. So I don't care. I was a little sad. Because there was no special guest. My friend Jeff came. I told her, I'm like, we'll get you in VIP, back door, whatever. But yeah, I didn't get a follow up. But I think she went to Nevada with Cody, so maybe she was
makes sense.
busy.
Yeah,
people were looking for her. Everyone did ask me at the meet and greet. Whereas Michaela, Michaela's a superstar. What can I say? She's a busy girl. Didn't show up. Hopefully, she resold the tickets. If she had them, let's get some.
Get her money back.
I just can't imagine her going GA anywhere. No. But maybe she would. Maybe she's humble queen. It is Boston. I mean, what's going on in Boston? You know what I mean? Love Boston, but.
As you guys heard from right there, Trisha said, oh, do you guys think that she even had the tickets? In my opinion, it's starting to look like maybe she never even had the tickets in the first place. Maybe she's just doing this all for publicity. Maybe she's doing this just to get more clicks and views. And she knows that Trisha Paytas gets millions of views and she has millions of followers and listeners. So maybe she was looking at this as like an opportunity of like, oh, let me play the victim over here and I could get sympathy for this. And then also I could get people talking about me. You know what I'm saying? Because the fact that Trisha Paytas said within that clip, oh, like she gave me her her number and I texted her. So Trisha Paytas went out of her way to text her. She made a long ass apology on TikTok, and that still wasn't enough for her to show up to the show. I don't know. I'm so sorry, but something is really, really fishy there. And y'all already know that everything that Michaela does, I'm like side-eyeing because I'm like, everything just really seems like premeditated and it seems like it's like for a motive, you know what I mean? So I'm starting to realize with her, I don't believe a lot of the things that she says. And I'm starting to wonder too if she ever even really had tickets. Also, I have to say this too, just because I feel like maybe I didn't explain myself well enough when it comes down to the mass manipulation thing that I have said multiple times with Mikayla Nogueira specifically. What I mean by that is because when she did come out with her whole entire, video to where she was being vulnerable and talking about Cody relapsing and going through rehab, a lot of people were very, saying, wait, this is tacky that she is showing the product off. I think that because she was getting called out by that by hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, I think this was a perfect opportunity for her to manipulate her audience into feeling bad for her when it comes down to Trisha Paytas. So I think that her talking about it was like, oh, let me play the victim here so everyone feels bad for me, because she was obviously getting a lot of people talking negatively about her for, showcasing her products in a very vulnerable video, which I am sorry, I don't give a shit what. I think that is super tacky. I think that she knew that that was going to be like one of her most watched videos, because obviously after months, literally like 6 months of people speculating what's going on in her personal life, as soon as she finally opens up about it, I think she knows that's going to get millions upon millions of views. And I think that's such a tacky moment to display your product. Also, let's just go ahead and keep it real too, the timing of it too. It's like you just came out with your brand and then a week later, now you're finally sharing what's been going on. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, but that's some tacky ass shit. That's just my opinion and I stand by it. And to be quite honest with you, nothing's going to make me change my opinion. And I think it is really messed up, too, that she takes this opportunity towards Trisha Paytas to make it seem like Trisha Paytas is such a villain. And it's like, oh, feel sorry for me, just to get her people who love her to death going to bat for her against anybody. This is where I say I feel like that's mass manipulation. I feel like she's getting her audience. She's literally gaslighting her audience, too, into just like thinking, oh, no, this is this. And it's like, no, it's not that, actually. I don't know, y'all. I think it's really shady. I think it would have been really nice of her to show up and be like, oh, okay, like, look. But now it makes her look like she's playing the victim even more, especially after Trisha Paytas reached out to her privately and publicly. I don't know, y'all. I am so sorry, but I just feel like Michaela is just... oh, girl, she's a little Looney Tunes, if you ask me. Anyways, make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything. I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.